How's it going, guys? Surviving all kinds of bad news here. Welcome back to BDO 30,000 series, and last time we left off at the Delft Knight's Castle over here. So I just want to pick it up off right from the bat, and let's just get going from here. So if I didn't mention in the last video, at Delft Knight's Castle there's already some NPCs here that you can walk up to. As you're going up the tower and the stairs, there's a little kid in one of the rooms just peeking around the door frame, and he just wants a sunrise herb. It's been a few weeks or months since I last done this, so my memory might not be fully solid about this anymore, since I decided to let it exit out of my head for sake of peace of mind, obviously. And also you need 3 usable scantlings or something around on the way up, and also towards the harpies itself. Up there, there's another NPC that's standing around, I believe, asked for rough stones. So just bring those with you as well. Once you're done with the Delft Knight's Castle, there's not too much going on there. Just the guy who wants the usable scantlings at the top, the sunrise herb on the kid around the edge. There's the main quest line that'll go through to a guy who wants you to look at a book and whatever in there as well. And also the rough stones for the dude near the tower, who's just he's directly in your vision as you're moving up there. Once you're done that, you start heading out towards the road over here. There's a little bit of a mini camp over here somewhere along the roads. I don't quite remember where. It's probably right here where this marker is that I have right now. And you can pick up a few quests there, but then don't really progress on them yet. Run all the way to Karsanov over here, who should have some more quests for you as well, and then make your way all the way to Delph Outpost, and you should have even more quests regarding this entire place. You're going to need at least 1 rough red crystal and 1 full red crystal later on to hand into NPCs. There's an NPC there that also wants you to gather a sunrise herb or something, and you should actually pick that up because it's really easy, because once you pick that up, there's 3 other quests behind it that are just auto-complete by talking to her. And once you have all these quests picked up, Khurutos as well also has some quests for you here. He should, to kill the small Khurutos. And then you have to go through the Khuruto area and kill a bunch of stuff. As well, you can also go to Konpacho over here. Konpacho should have some quests to also kill some Khuruto hiding out, those big little camp looking things over there. And once you grab all of those, just start clearing out the Khurutos. If you want the fighters, there's only 4 or 5 Khuruto fighters that are in somewhere. There's about 3 over here somewhere, and also where you should gather the herb for that quest for that lady at the same time. I normally just do a channel swap to kill the rest of the fighters, and there's maybe 1 or 2 scattered out in there. If you don't want to do that, then you'll have to go to the underground of the Khurutos. There's an underground cave somewhere around in here. Very annoying to go into and get out, so I prefer to just do a channel swap because it's much easier. So once you complete all of those and hand all of those in, it should be all done. If you've completed the main quest line for the main story up to Calpheon and beyond, you should be able to get the Secret Guards quest in the suggested tab and also continue forward there. If you didn't complete it, you won't be able to go upon it until you have that done. It is this right here, Secret Guards and Jordine, Injured Explorer. You have to have killed the level 50 main questline boss witch hunting in the beginning of the journey, essentially. Obviously for new characters you won't have that, but essentially once you finish the main storyline on the main regions of Balanos, Serendia, and Calpheon, that'll be unlocked, and what is it? Edan is somewhere up here over just injured or whatever, and you can pick that up as well. You'll get eventually something pointing you to Florin as well. If you also have that quest still from the Balanos part, you'll have another one over there. So once you completed the Khuruto area, essentially you'll get directed to sort of close to Benil Ordo over here. You should talk to him. If you have enough gathering levels on your character as well, there's another guy near him just to the side on the farm side there to help have you gather potatoes, grapes, pig hides, Waragon hides, and something like that. You should pick all those up because each of those count for the quest, and I do them all for all the characters that had it unlocked. And that's a lot of quests. Alright, so once you get the Benil Ordo and the gathering stuff and just everything around there, just obviously progress towards it. There's going to be a lot of quests around Northern Wheat Plantation. It's actually quite of a spider web, so my memory is not entirely well at how to go about this efficiently. I just know that once you do Benil Ordo's quest, he'll send you towards Norma Leight in the northern wheat plantation, and then there's like a crap ton of quests in there. I just grabbed practically everything because everything there can be completed all in one sweep. And you'll also be sent like running back and forth between northern wheat plantation and DS farm like for a little bit, then towards like Xaviel as well up here. So it's like back and forth between these areas here, and then it'll start stretching out towards like Saint Pejorn over here and Saint Payon over there, and then Gorgath eventually at the Contaminated farm, and then back towards like the Xaviel again to go into the Waragon's nest. There's like a hole somewhere near Xaviel. That if I remember, there's another NPC here with some dude in a chicken suit. Yes, a chicken suit. All right, and he's got like 2 or 3 quests that also involve going into the Waragons and just checking out some dead bodies near him really quickly. It takes no more than like 20 seconds or so. Very quick. You should get that done as well. Eventually, once you're done the northern wheat plantation areas, there's also like Hildegard somewhere running around in the fields over here. You should do all 3 of her quests when she's not patrolling, because you can't talk to her when she's patrolling around. They each give a skill point, and it's very useful, so you can also do that as well. Sometimes there will be another quest that takes you up to Bernianto farm. I picked up like only 1 or 2 of the quests that this guy has, and then he wants you to gather river water and make alluvial gold out of it, and I decided to say fuck that and skip it because that's too much RNG and too much water gathering, and it takes quite a long time. Up to you if you want to go about it. I didn't. And then you head into, after all that, there's like a quest that also sends you towards Falra's dirt farm. It's sort of an off-road tangent. Nothing else really sends you over to this direction unless you really want to wait until you're doing the Calpheon section of things, and that's when you're going through the workshop. Eventually, you're going to have to talk to Angela to, I think it's Seabor over here, where you have to like talk to him and then you run out there, but it's up to you. The Fowler's Dirt Farm is definitely a tangent. There are a few quests over there that you should get done. It's really nice and easy. But in terms of everything though, like when you're complete Northern Wheat Plantation, Norma Leight, essentially, like once you're done everything here, she will actually give you a quest to go to Calpheon. That's how you know when you're actually fully done this area. So it's quite a big mess here. Like I said, it's like a spider web. Like you start from the Northern Wheat Plantation after from Benil Ordo into there, and you just go like up there, then down here, then over to like Payon, and then over here, and then back here, and then like there's like back up to Bernianto farm, and then if you even got the Garnier troop quest from Calpheon, then you gotta like go up to here and kill some get some pine tree and get some rock, and then also head towards maybe Florin a little bit. But I didn't really do that. It's mostly looks sort of like a mess like this. So once you complete that, you start heading towards Calpheon. Once you're in Calpheon, you want to slice up the city sort of in sections. Tackling Calpheon is a lot because there's about like 100 some odd quests in here or more. It's actually quite a lot, and if you want to do the dailies as well, you can, because it's sort of just in the way or on the way, and you just clear all the icons off the map for a single day, and it's not that bad. So how I sectioned off Calpheon was more like in the slums. So the slums is the northwestern section here. You're gonna run through the storage keeper first, and then you go through the slums, and then you'll go through some of these areas up here, the shops. So the shops and the shopping district up here, and then there's like a guy over here somewhere, or he's in one of the northern hallways here. I can't quite remember where. It's just that there's a quest there. He'll eventually send you towards Valks to go steal something like Robin Hood behind the council here. There's like a group of NPCs here where one guy from the quest up here, you talk to him and complete it. He'll eventually send you to behind the council, who are spying into the window there to have you steal something and run another quest chain through that. And then there's also the inventory expansion quest of like that girl that's being married over here. And then you go through like Air. Air has a bunch of minor quests that you should pick up. Eventually, what is it? The Reuben, the Herald or whatever, will give you quests towards Star's End if you're at that level. When you're completing all of these quests, you'll get a lot of EXP in general, just on low-end characters. And through the workshops here, you just want to complete everything they kind of want you to do. One of them will send you to like a girl out here. I think it is Clara over here, to hand over like some sunflowers. But that's about it. And then she wants you to craft like other stuff, which I didn't do, so I just kind of left that out of the way. The little ports here and the piers, there's a few things here. They'll all direct you sort of towards the library somewhere down the road, but don't really go there quite yet. As you finish through the shops here and whatnot, and the slums or whatever, then you'll start heading towards the workshops. The workshop areas is quite a lot. Just make sure that when you're going through the workshops here by Angela is basically the starter. Make sure you look into each of these little cubby holes here carefully, because there's at least 4 or 5 quests in there that are pretty easy, just run around quests and talk to people very close by, like 5 seconds each kind of thing. And then eventually, I believe it was Canobus, or like there's this demi-human looking dude somewhere over here to have you inspect the lucky well over in the adjacent open area here. Once you get that lucky well quest, it means you've already completed most of everything in the workshop and you're pretty much almost done this area. I just remember you had to complete a bunch of quests in this area to unlock it, and then he'll have you inspect this like well over here, and then you go talk to Grabna to go pick up a chicken or something for her that's like right like 2 meters in front of her for some reason, and like a few other things. And then from there it'll have you like inspect the statue over here right by Alina Leight. And you can also, might be a quest later on to like check in some pharmacy items or whatever, like some interactable object near Alina Leight over there from the slums, or either from over here. But that's like, as you continue through the quest, you should be able to eventually get there. And then once you finish inspecting that statue, you might want to go up here, talk to the Dobart. He might have a few quests that auto-complete. Make sure you check inside the sewing workshops in there, where there's a few quests that might be able to be auto-completed from just talking, and then there's a repeatable that you don't really need to do because it takes forever. And then eventually, once you're through the workshops here, Angela will have you like send some kind of request to Sebor or whatever about some kind of illegal transactions, and then he'll send you towards Valks or something like that. And then that should be before you get the lucky well quest. And as once you finish this part here, you can either take the detour into the library, or either that you can start heading towards the Royal Council and the church over there. You'll also have another quest to like take like steal a water bottle at the church here from the slums earlier. So once you go up to the library over here, there's a quest here. There's a crowd of people here that sort of don't really have a marker or whatever. So there's a bunch of quests right here that should be able to be picked up to just inspect some bookshelves on inside the actual library itself. La Vientia Badian or whatever here, she has a quest to have you guide a handmaid into like the royal church. Once you get that quest, you should actually just make that detour over here and skip the library if that comes first. I couldn't quite remember which one comes first, but once you grab that, just do that guiding quest all the way here. If you still have that slums quest, you can get that all done as well. And then you also talk to Valks at the same time, and then you go behind this council here. If you had that thief quest from up here all the way through to get the quest line going on there. And then in the little like garden courtyard over here, there's a bunch of kids playing hide and seek. There's a painter there as well. And there's somebody else that's gonna ask you to check the fountain out. There's a ring for some lady that's like 5 meters away from it, where she says she lost her ring. She's just a Pepega that can't find her own marriage ring or whatever. So get all those done as well. That's only like a single time visit, and all the quests are just insulated in there, so it's really nice. And then finally, there's also a choir I forgot to mention that was somewhere. I don't quite remember where the choir is, but there is a choir, and it's just like a group. I believe it's kind of on the way to the council here, or either that to the workshops, but I don't remember where they're situated anymore. I just remember that they have a bunch of quests that are mostly autocomplete, but you'll come across them when you grab that inventory expansion quest with the girl that's getting married, because one of her friends is standing in that crowd. So it should be pretty obvious like once you get there. It's one of 3 locations. I don't remember where though. And then once you've done all that, definitely like library is kind of like the last place to go to, and you gotta inspect a bunch of books up here. There's a bunch of Valkyries over here that want you to have some knowledge and check out some statues with Nella and Karosha here and Sienna. And there's like 1 or 2 quests that want you to run up the tower, and once you complete all of these on the first time go with the dailies as well, or some of the dailies, you should have enough to form the Valkyrie dagger to open the daily chest at the top there, just for extra completion if you feel like it. Okay, that doesn't really count towards the count, but it's just like a free bonus on the way there, because you got to run up this thing anyways and burn a letter and a brazier. And pretty much once you're done all of this, it should start heading you back towards the top end of where Ruben is over here. So once it's all kind of done there should be like a Garnier troop quest or not, if I don't remember if that unlocks with it. But I just remember that once you complete this, you head out north and it starts sending you out towards either the Contaminated Farms. The Contaminated Farms has the refugee camps over here, the abandoned land. I think it's called it's the abandoned land. So the abandoned land is also like part of the Star's End quest. So when you get the Star's End beginning quests as well, if you have it unlocked, there's a bunch of quests there along with some of the things that are in Calpheon City. But it should eventually lead you out towards the abandoned land as well as Gorgath. So once you completed the Northern Wheat Plantation, then you go through the Contaminated Farm, then you go through the town, and then you go through abandoned land. And then once you're done abandoned land, you go through the 3 trolls. I call it the 3 trolls because you go through the troll fortification here, there's a bunch of quests here, then you go west, you go to the isolated sentry post, there's another bunch of quests here. And if you go a little bit further to this little crossroad right here, I remember there's a little tower there with some more NPCs over there that'll grant you some skill points and stuff, so you can get that done as well. And then once that's all done, I believe after the trolls, finally you go to Florin and you get all your Florin quests done. You probably talk to Valentine with 3 or 4 quests, all of these NPCs wanting you to go talk to Valentine or whatever. He'll grant you a bunch of quests. There's a number of quests in there as well. You should definitely rent the residence out over here just for the alchemy quests. There's like a few alchemy quests in there to just throw like these weird quest items. It's not really an item, they're all quest items, and you craft the quest items together into this weird jeweled staff to hand back to Arden. And then Askasha or whatever also wants you to hand her a ruby or something down the road. And once you're done all that in there, and also like the raccoon and hummingbirds and whatever, you'll head over to the Caphras cave, head into Koi. I think Koi is inside the cave. Inside that hidden library within the Caphras cave. There's a few quests in there that teach you how to make Sinner's Blood, so just make sure you have all the materials for Sinner's Blood in your inventory to just hand over to the NPCs. I believe it was like Bloody Tree Knot, Powder of Flame, Deer Blood, and something else that I can't remember off the top of my head. And eventually it'll push you towards Bree Tree Ruins. Bree Tree Ruins, there's also like a quest from Northern Wheat Plantation from Martha Kean that'll send you up here to go talk to like the NPCs up here. And then there's a crap ton of quests right around her with her on top of the tower, all very easily done, very quick. There might be like one sub quest item to combine a bunch of keys for that underground ancient defender area somewhere over here. I don't quite remember where it was in the Bree Tree Ruins. I sort of skipped that on some characters because it's kind of confusing sometimes to get the items, and also kind of RNG drops, and I just get pissed off because the items aren't dropping, so I just leave it alone. So you can kind of chase on that if you feel like you want to. And so on. And then eventually once you're done all that, once you're done the 3 troll areas here, this troll fortification, isolated sentry post, Florin, and all the Bree Tree Ruins, there should be like one quest like at this split tower here that have you kill some contaminated dogs over here. And once you're done that, should start heading towards the Catfishmen. And there's not too many there. There's one dude here, I think his name was Bruno or whatever. He's a sack of shit. Okay, yeah, Bruno is over here. Yeah, so once you get to the Catfishmen, there's like 1 or 2 quests over here to shoot some jellyfish with a practice matchlock. You should just rent it out and just do it because it's really quick. There's a few Catfishman quests here, a few over here as well. Bruno has you do these quests. Honestly, I just did one of his quests and told him to fuck off because like every time you do one of his quests, you go kill like a pack of mobs and then you run back and hand it in, and he gives you another one, and then you kill a pack of mobs and you go back and then hand it in, and then he gives you another quest to go kill a pack of mobs again. It's really annoying, so most of the time I just ignored Bruno because honestly, giving you quests one by one to kill all of the same kinds of monsters is pretty stupid. So once that's done, Rudum Sentry Post, there isn't too much here as well. This should be very quick. I didn't bother staying very much. There's only like 1 or 2 quests that I bothered doing. Otherwise, it's really annoying. Tobara's cabin, there's actually quite a number of quests here. maybe like 2 or 3 of them. That's actually kind of worth doing because it's just going through the Manshas forest, and the Manshas forest doesn't have too much going on in there because there's only 2 kinds of mobs, so that one's kind of worth doing. And then abandoned monastery, there wasn't anything that I remembered. And then you get to Trent. Trent is where there's a crap ton of quests. Okay, Trent is amazing. I love doing the Trent area because there's all the NPCs are so close, and they all have like a billion quests for you, and some of them go into the Treant forest. So you kill a bunch of the Treant forest. Another one is just like a bunch of materials, so it's like plywood hardener, how to make Trina axe, how to make Trina matchlock rifles. All these things you can use anyways, so it's really useful for like siege, PvP, or just straight out trolling, who knows. So just do all these things here. Cedar sap as well, like pine wood, all kinds of weird planks that you need here. So as you're doing that like over and over and over, just mark down what materials you need, so then for your next character over, you know what to bring. I just remember that it was a lot of materials, and I just had like all kinds of woods here, and I kept pulling them out of my marketplace or storage or whatever, and had a character in storage over there just to warp things around. And then once you're done Trent, head over to the longleaf tree sentry post. There's only like a few quests in the treetops there. If you also completed the main quest line, you can also like instantly exchange your magical sub offhand weapon instantly here to get like another 2 quest counts complete before it sends you all the way to Medea for the other parts for magic armor and the gold versions of your quest offhand. And then I'll send you into Crioville. There's another quest on the treetop somewhere around here where you have to get through like over the treetop platform. I completely ignored that because I didn't want to wait for the thing, and it felt like it took forever and 5 ever to get there, so I didn't do that. Crioville has like only like 2 or 3 quests here to kill some boars, and also to like speak to Hirio, I think, between the general manager and Hirio. Then you from there you go to Behr. Behr also has a shitload of quests. Very nice to have you kill some deer and also run over to Behr as well, and also kill through Hexe Sanctuary and back. It might have you run back and forth a few times, but I definitely did all the quests Behr had to offer. Once you kill a few of them, more of the quests unlock. You have to go inside the cabin and also inspect like the dude who's scared shitless from fighting Hex Marie or whatever, and talk to him, complete that. And then the NPCs just outside the door, the group of hunters there has like 4 or 5 quests for you. Somebody over there wants some fucking jerky. There's also like other materials to make supreme soft hide for Bjorn over there, I believe, or the leader of the thing. I think it either might be Jensen. No, Jensen's the one who gives you like something else, but that's pretty much it. It's like Behr, Licky Behr. I don't know, lick bears. It's fucking gross. That dude is the one who wants you to make supreme soft hide and soft hide, so it's actually kind of nice. Very easy to do. Hexe Sanctuary, once you complete all that, that should be pretty much it for all of Calpheon. Keplan is pretty much of a mess. I don't know if I want to include that in this because this video has been quite long already, but that's pretty much the section of Calpheon, and I kind of did Keplan on its own afterwards, even though this Calpheon should have came after Keplan, but that's kind of the route that I took here. So to go back over all of this, we started off from the last video, which is at the Delft Knight's Castle over here. So you basically make your way over to the Khurutos things here, then to we started off at the Delft Knight's Castle here. Okay, and then we go to the there's a camp over there. Compacho has 1 or 2 quests for you. Then you go all the way to Karsanov, Khurutos, and then the Delft Outpost over here, and then you complete all the Khurutos area there. They'll redirect you to Benil Ordo, and then Benil Ordo has you do a bunch of like pigs and other locusts and things in there. You go into the Northern Wheat Plantation. Norma Leight has you do all those things again. Hildegard over here has some quests. Saint Payon has some quests. Saint Bjorn has some quests for you later on. It's a huge mess in here. I never really remember the path because I always just start a Northern Wheat Plantation, take all the quests, and they just send me outwards. Xaviel over here, DS Farm to paint some pictures, make some corn flour, cook some things, deliver some rough stone, mine a stoneback crab, kill some plantation moles. It's like Behr, like all kind of just resurfacing in the head here. And then once you're done that, it should head towards like the Contaminated farm. There's a few quests over there. Make sure the Xaviel and the Waragons is all done. Sends you back to Norma Leight. Norma Leight completes the entire area for you, and then she finally tells you to screw off and go to Calpheon. Alright, so that's just Northern Wheat Plantation itself. Once you're in Calpheon, you go through to the Storage Dude. From the Storage Dude, you go through around the slums here to Danielle, to Christina, to Von Marin, to kill some protesters, run up the path here. There's a person praying by the grave there. There's a few quests in there to light something on fire. You grab that, and then you head towards the workshops, Friedels, and also air. You cook something with like the wine and the soup, so you don't put the stinky fish in there. Jara Noah, if you have some quests unlocked, he wants you to give him an emerald. Beyond Steamy has like a few quests here. There's the dude in the alleyway over there. There's another dude in the alleyway that wants you to sweep a chimney. There's a inventory quest somewhere over on this one of these corners here. And then eventually head towards Ario here that might have some quest to gather some roses if you have the levels for it. Head out towards give Clara some sunflowers. Go back to Bartholomew and check through Lil Vane. Okay, at the pier for some goods that have arrived and whatnot. Head towards the workshops. Go through workshops. Angela will have most of the quests for you. Also on top of her, there's another chimney there to be swept as a daily. Sebor or whatever, or I believe it was Romery. I don't remember which NPC it was. Has something to do with illegal transactions somewhere down the road. Investigate the Lucky Well once you've completed all the workshop quests in there. And then head towards this open courtyard. Inspect that well. Get another quest to help Grandma. Also look at the chickens or something. And then also pick up the golden statue. Investigate the golden statue. Head towards Elena Light or whatever if she has anything for you. There's also like another daily perfume quest if you want to grab that as well. Dobar probably has a few quests that you can hand in away from the top because the armor dealer over here said the piece of armor he gave him was a piece of shit, so he wants you to refund it over there at Dobart, and then you complete that. There's a few dudes there that should be able to auto-complete some knowledge quests that if you already have, it'll be insta-completed. If not, then it's your first time, go get that knowledge, raise your energy. And there's that person that's sewing inside over there as well. And then head off to like Milano Bellucci. There might be a few quests over there as well if you have certain conditions completed from all these other areas. And then you'll probably either be sent up towards the library over here by La Vientia Badian. There's a few quests along the way. Keep your eyes open because these NPCs don't have a map marker, so they just have an icon over their head. Make sure all your quests are enabled to see them in case you don't. And she'll have you send a handmaiden towards the church. The church goes in here, and then you don't want to follow this auto path because it's really dumb. Generally just run up to here and just cross the stairs there. There's just some stairs over here. I don't know why the auto path always makes this ginormous loop. Steal the water bottle, also grab some other quests, and then run over towards Valks. Hand in whatever Valks you have to do there. Inspect a wagon over there somewhere by the soldiers. There's a leaflet book there for a daily that you can just pick up and auto-complete in about 5 seconds. Ignore the protester repeat quest and then go into the gardens, and also find the children that are just playing hide and seek. Find that marriage ring. Inspect that fountain. Talk to the dude about the painting, and then go to the back of this thing if you got that dude from the alley as well to get that steal something from the council in the back end there, and that'll set you off on another quest loop. There might be another quest that if you complete the secret guards of Jordan or whatever, one of these council dudes will send you towards Keplan to go meet with the skill instructor, and eventually when you go do that, that's when you start with Keplan, which is why I remember now why I didn't put it in this video. Okay, and then once you're done all that, you head over to the library. Once you're done all that, head up there. There's a bunch of quests over here between Annalisa Rosie to check the books. Something about ancient myths and truths from another NPC earlier down here from La Vientia Badian. Valkyrie intermediate techniques from like one of these two NPCs here along the edge of the building on the outside right over here. Is there should be another student over here on the stairs. God, I can't I can't mark it, but whatever. She's on the stairs there, named Daria, just outside, all near the NPCs here by the library. Get her quest done as well. Go up there, burn the letters of Brazier, and then finally head out towards fucking all the other sub places. Alright, so once you're done all of that, I might have missed something. I'm pretty sure I did because there's so much going on there. So, you know, once you complete most of that, it'll send you out towards the trolls, isolated sentry post, the weird tower here that has no geographical marking, the abandoned land as well. Well, the abandoned land first, and then the trolls. And then towards like Breachery Ruins and Florin, complete Florin, head over to you can head over to Portaferia too if you're doing the main quest line. The main quest line ends at Portaferia, but it's gonna send you through like all these other places too. And then once you're done the Trolls, Breachery, and Florin, you go through the piers here, go through Manshas Forest a little bit, Rudums if you really want to have a bit of frustration. Tobara's cabin has like Manshas stuff there. Trent, big quest money, and then Behr, also big quest money, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna conclude it there because Trina Fort and Keplan is a colossal mess, and I don't really know if I'm even gonna make a video about that because these places are like spider webs, like northern wheat plantation, but just worse. So other than that, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. It's already been pretty long. And that's all of Calpheon. Calpheon is a lot. Okay, it's like Balanos and Serendia combined. Thanks so much, and I hope this helped you out, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. Peace.